Assalamualaikum and a very good day. My name is Siti Najira binti Muhammad Nazri. My metric number is CD210017. I am going to talk about the scope of project for our group. This project research focus on the two types of existing piston pump which are widely used in car. As example, push start button car. From the main topic of piston pump, students take lift pump and force pump for this project. From this research, we have found out the advantages and disadvantages of using either lift or force pump. We also found the actual usage and how it was calculated if we were using both pumps. This pump is in the Pascal law category. According to Pascal law, any pressure applied to a liquid enclosed in a container is communicated to all other areas of the liquid without loss. Pascal law is used in hydraulic process, hydraulic jet system and brake system to name a few. Injection pump in Elliott engine where it boosts through an injector by increased pressure. Lift pump come in a variety of design, each of which perform slightly differently. Next, we also do the research about the usage of force pump. The definition of force pump is a pump that uses a solid piston and valve to raise or expel a liquid under pressure, or it can also be defined as a pump that use a valveless plunger to force a liquid through a pipe, especially to send water under pressure to a great height.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Fahana binti Inyas. My number metric is CD210015. Lift pump. Lift pump is a pump that raises a hose to a height level. It usually consists of a piston and a vertical cylinder. There are two main lift pumps such as mechanical pump and electric pump. Specific uses. Lift pump are mainly used in automobile industry. In the car, lift pumps are used in diesel engine. Diesel engine in the car are already fuel efficient, but if adding the lift pump, it can improve performance even more. Water well. Lift pump, also known as sucker loop pump. This pump works by pumping water from a cylinder beneath the well static water level. In the water well, the piston pushes water through a system of pipes of the pump head at the surface. Hydraulic. Foot pressure is used to power a pump in hydraulic system. Hydraulic lift pumps are versatile and they can be used for wells of any volume from low to high. Hydraulic lift pumps have high production volume than mechanical lift pumps.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Rafiuddin bin Ikhwan, number metric CD210177. Today I'm going to present about our project, that is I have researched about the force pump. So first of all, I'm going to explain about the force pump. Okay, a force pump is a relatively simple device used to draw liquid from a well by hand. So force pump are considered a type of positive displacement pump because they rely on a mechanical force to move water by displacing it from one location to another. We also know that force pump are simple to install and to operate. In my research, I have found an example, the specific usage of force pump in our life. For example, in the household, I have found that an outdoor well pump in a residential yard is one of the example of basic force pump. To operate the force pump, usually press a lever or handle above the ground, and then once the handle is depressed, an underground cylindrical piston is forced down into the well. So as the piston passes through the water is forced upward around the side of the piston so that the user can use the water. So that is one of the example that force pump work that in household. Next, the example in industrial use, I have found that the bilge pump on a boat is an example of the force pump. So a bilge pump has two types, that is centrifugal and reciprocating bilge pump. So that the bilge pump has a runner volute casing, diffuser, and a runner blade. So we can see the force pump is used on a boat. And lastly, for I have found example to education. So in education, we have tools that demonstrate the working principle of the force pump. So the tools is to educate the student or to use it to do an experiment of concept about the force pump. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Alia binti Nurizan. My metric number CD210060. So next, we will discuss the differences between pump and force lift, as well as we will also discuss their pros and cons. Okay, firstly we will talk about the differences between lift pump and force pump. Based on the table, the definition of lift pump is a pump that raises a fluid to a higher level, while the force pump is a pump with a solid piston for drawing and forcing through valve a liquid to a considerable height above the pump or under a considerable pressure. As you can see, force pump is forcing a liquid to a certain height, while the lift pump raises a fluid to a higher level. For the application, the lift pump is typically made up of a piston and a vertical cylinder with flap, while the force pump is used to draw water for irrigation and also can be found in agricultural setting. The price range for lift pump are from Rm600 ringgit till Rm1000 and 320 ringgit, while the force pump are from Rm836 ringgit till 1716 ringgit. In conclusion, the force pump's price range is higher than the lift pump price range. Lastly, lift pump's example is low lift switch pump, while the force pump example are the bilge pump on a boat and force water pump. Based on the differences, we can see that the lift pump and force pump do not have much difference, only differ in application and also the price. Next, I will talk about lift pump pros and cons. For pros, lift pumps are very reliable because they have few moving parts. Secondly, lift pumps can be installed alongside submersible pumps in shallow and deep wells. Lastly, because piston is deep within the wall, most lift pumps can pump water from the static water levels hundreds of feet below the surface. For the cons, most lift pumps are manually operated, and then manual pumping can be difficult depending on the cylinder and depth of the lift pump cylinder. And lastly, because of the weight of the water and the pump parts, lift pump with plastic part can only pump water from a limited water static water level before the plastic breaks. Lastly, I will talk about the force pump pros and cons. For pros, firstly, force pump do not have any leakage issue. Next, they are able to pump hazardous as well as sensitive fluids. The third one is there is also no problem of a heat transfer as the space between the motor and chamber is sufficiently large. And lastly, there is no loss of power due to friction, and they are very simple in structure and easy in handling. And next, I will talk about the cons. Firstly, magnetic resonance in centrifugal pump result in small loss of energy. Second, the risk of the clogging of pipeway arise due to particle attractive nature of magnetic drive. The third one, vibration due to surrounding atmosphere can damage this pump. And lastly, the risk of cavitation is always there.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurisha binti Muhammad Fadir, number matric CD210082. Okay, for the conclusion, piston pumps are among the most effective pumps, despite their high cost. As a result, they are perfect for a variety of high pressure applications, including hydraulic oil pumping. Their structure, on the other hand, can allow for the high amount of contamination. The significance of applying precision measurement to create the device that can be ensured as safe and long-term use. The device can be simply made with an exact calculation, and there is no cost base. However, before the device is supplied to people, it is necessary to test it to ensure the safety.